tripod to do what I wanted to. Sorry. Yeah, we see you. Don't knock it over. Don't knock it over. Is everything clear? Why do I feel like it's blurry, like right over here? Let me see if I can. And then, like, it's. Whatever. It's a little bit precarious right now. But let's just hope that, nothing. Ah, fuck. The exact thing I didn't want to happen just happened. Hold on. I have to rescrew the thing back on. I just got new nails. Yeah. It's my first time getting my nails done in like maybe 2 years. And I was in the place like asking the guy like hella questions because I felt like he was fucking up my nails, but he wasn't. He wasn't fucking them up. I just like was like, when are you gonna? I wasn't like being a bitch, you know, but I was like, wait a minute, this looks a little unfamiliar to me. But I guess like different nail shops have like different protocols or whatever. And I ended up tipping him well, so I don't think he really cared about like all the questions I asked after. But yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna set it up maybe over here on the right side. This is a reading for a bunny, and I literally like had just washed my hair, so I it doesn't really look good right now. Thank you, V. I love that you're like always here. Okay, is this good? I think it is. Okay, so we're gonna. This is like a love reading, kind of, but it's also not just a love reading. Like, there's other stuff we're gonna talk about in this reading. If you see my toes, don't look at them. I tried to get a pedicure today, but I didn't mention it until like after, and then the line was just too long, so don't look at them. But they were painted red, and now it's like chipped, and it just bothers me. But not enough for me to actually do anything about it, apparently. So yeah, Bunny, her request says she's transferring jobs, basically starting a cleanish slate due to life circumstances, but she's unsure what's happening romantically. My cat just sneezed. She's still involved with a person from the last reading, like a long-term kind of thing. But recently she's met someone that she feels a strong pull towards, and she's unsure of what to do or why she feels just such a strong push and pull. And when I like planned this reading yesterday, I got like this Twilight vibe, so that's why the thumbnail is Twilight. Because I feel like you could be going through like, I don't want to say a phase, right? Because that just sounds like, you know, like what your parents would say if you like told them you were like emo or something. It's just a phase. And it could be like that kind of energy, but it kind of feels like, and I could be wrong. Like, you know, like I haven't really pulled any cards or anything yet, and I kind of forgot a little bit like who you have been dealing with. Okay, maybe I didn't forget, but yeah, this could be like someone that comes in for a time and then doesn't last like super long, but like is significant at the same time. So we'll see. First, I kind of want to just like get some insights from like your own little spiritual bubble team, like what your ancestors may have to say to you, or like your spirit guides. And when I say spirit guides, I feel like that's like really vague, and it's like vague on purpose because it could literally be like whatever. Like, you use the code name Bunny. I also have like an attachment to bunnies, like rabbits. So like maybe you have like a rabbit spirit animal that's like an overarching presence in your life, you know, like it's that kind of a thing. Like when I say spirit guides, it doesn't have to be like spirit guide. Like, you know, it's like those little things that you like have an understanding with the universe about, like the matrix kind of a thing. Like when you see this pattern, you understand that that means something for you, kind of a thing. Okay. I also feel like I want to mention I went to the gym earlier and I went there like angry, kind of like emotional, but also like not emotional. Like it was weird. Like I really don't really know how to explain how I felt like at all. But like I got there and then I was like in the zone, and then it turned out that like me being in the zone, I feel like attracted like the attention of like other people when I was in there because I was like going hard. And then like when I looked up, like there would be people like looking at me while I was like on my machines. Like I am a really good runner, so I feel like just on a regular gym day, I kind of impress people with like how fast and how far and how long I can run. But like today, I felt like because I was like like it literally felt like I think that kind of like drew in some of the attention towards me. So I don't know, like maybe like you said you're starting a new job. Like if you've been like focused or like locked in some kind of way, I feel like that's like your feminine energy, like you focusing on your being is like pulling in. Like kind of like you know how the moon affects like the tides on Earth. Something about like your gravity when you're internally focused. You don't have to be a girl to relate to this. I'm just like kind of picking up on the energy of like internally focused people leave the space for other people to look at them. Because you know most people are like afraid to stare at people if they're like looking like at them, you know, like but like if you are the kind of person who like when people see you like in the world, like you aren't paying attention to them. And that's why I feel like I used that like Twilight thumbnail because that's like a big part of her character in the movie series is like, oh, I don't care, like I'm unbothered and like I'm maybe even autistic or something like that. Like I move different in the world, and that's the reason why people kind of feel the need to figure things out about me is because maybe I'm not like the most obvious person. Like you could have the kind of like personality where like I'm holding my black cat, right? Like you could be a black cat, like a Catwoman kind of character. Cause I have like my Batman dog. He's right here, and he jumped in before. Um, so like there could be alignments coming up like for your character archetype to match up with people who are complementary to that. Like it doesn't have to be the same, right? Because they have a little bit of a different energy. But he's a Belgian Malinois, and he has black in the face, brown in the body, and then she's like pretty much all black, but she has like some white, like where her heart is, and then where her little like hoo ha is. But yeah, like I feel like the right kind of people are gonna start paying attention to you. So like if in that longer period relationship, like you hadn't been getting attention or like there wasn't a lot of progress, this could be a situation that's coming into your life to kind of like remind you like, yeah, you are a person who has influence, like you have pull, like you can get successful outcomes in relationships. Like if you were just like out of circumstance kind of falling into this default of like relying on this person to be like all of your validation, this could be a person who's coming in that you also kind of are attracted to, and they're like, yeah, I like you and I'm willing to prove it or like show it to some extent. And like you know it's kind of like Jacob from Twilight, because like Bella didn't like she wasn't in love with him, but she kind of thrived off of like his validation, you know. Like she kept him like in the friend zone. I was team Jacob growing up. Like I didn't really like how Edward always treated Bella. So I was team Jacob growing up. But yeah. Okay. So what's going on in Bunny's energy right now? What does she need to know about life currently? What's important? I hope like the like visual is okay. But now you're team Edward. Yeah, I feel like if you put me in a situation right now, chances are I would probably go Edward. But I'm a different person than I was when I was a kid. Jacob was low key toxic. Jacob also reminds me of myself. So I feel like in other situations I could be a Jacob. But if I was Bella, I'd probably still choose Edward. I don't really usually go for younger guys, and he was younger than her. So, you know. But whatever. Hey Sky, welcome to the chat. Nine of Cups is here in reverse right now. 10 of Wands is here in reverse. I'll show you the pictures. Here because New Moon is your favorite movie. Hey Adriana, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully there's something in here that you can benefit from. But yeah, these are the first two cards. They came out in the reverse, but I'm showing them to you upright just so you can like have your own mental processes about what's going on right now. So you can think of by yourself. So I'm all about that. Free thinking. Sad squirrel. I have literally all my animals here right now. So this is actually kind of crazy because I feel like, you know, even if you're going through like, and then there's the neighbors, the neighbor is walking his dog and he has like a black cat that just like follows him around. Like it doesn't go in his house, but like it's out. The black cat is following him and his dog. It's like almost as if he's walking his cat. And I kind of refer to my, thank you, I literally made it. I kind of refer to my dog as like my demon dog. And then my cat is like, she just looks evil and angry. So like my pets are kind of like the darker parts of me that don't exist inside of me. So this could be a time when you're like exercising or needing to like better exercise those darker parts of you that either are inside of you because you don't have pets to kind of help you like balance that energy, or like are outside of you and you're understanding better through like reference at this time particularly. So like obstacles and like problems and stuff like that are kind of helping you to see yourself better right now. So don't avoid like even the harsher truths about yourself at this time particularly. Like if you're coming across situations in life that kind of like make you feel like, oh well, I'm the bad guy, or like, oh, I messed up here, or oh, I behaved inappropriately then, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know, like don't be so like I have to be right that you can't acknowledge that. Nine of Wands in reverse. Because like you're talking about like this starting on a cleanish slate, right? So I think part of the point of whatever chapter you just closed out, whatever climactic point you just like crossed through, like I don't know why I'm getting like portal vibes. There could have been like literally, and then on the bottom of the deck there's like a mirror. 5 of Cups in reverse. It doesn't have to be a bad portal. I mean, like it could have been like a uncomfortable experience or something like that, but like it doesn't have to be that. Like this could be a good thing, even if like it starts off kind of like rough or something. But I feel like that's because like when you walk through this portal, whatever that portal was, it's like you weren't 100%. Not that you couldn't make it through the portal, but it's just like there's adjustments that have to be put into place. So like even like as you take your first step on the other end of this portal, like you're still not exactly positioned how you want to be, but that doesn't mean that like you can't get there. Does that make sense? So like right now, like as like now that you're on the other side of this portal, like now you see exactly like how this biome is different from like the other biome, and now you know like what adaptations need to be like taken or something like that. Like that's basically what I'm getting. It's like, okay, on the other end of this situation, like on the opposite side, you know, I'm almost getting like even like this Stranger Things vibe, like the upside down. I really don't know exactly where I'm getting that energy from, or like how that relates to you right now. But like a lot of these cards, like 4 out of 5 of them are upside down, and the only card that is upside up is Sad Squirrel, and he's like defensive, like upset about something. So as you're shifting into this new way of being, it may not be always comfortable, but I do think you have the understanding that things are moving forward in a way that ultimately you'll benefit from in some kind of way, or be positively positioned by, because like I do feel like the protection of whatever is guiding and protecting you is there. Both of them are here and they're like closing their eyes, and I always feel like, you know, like when they're sleeping, because they barely ever sleep, my pets. Like I rarely ever actually like see them sleeping, but like right now they're here and their eyes are all closed, so I feel like they're like doing something in their dreams that like is gonna be affecting me, because they literally came here to be a part of this reading. Like they weren't in the camera. You couldn't see them before. They could have easily laid down like anywhere else in this room, but they made it a point to like be here now. So, you know, things could still be shifting for you. You might just be like in a point of like transition. Like I already said that, but like, you know, when I say point of transition, it's not just like one day. It could be like a couple of weeks, or even like a month or two, you know, like, and it is still a point of transition, because I feel like from that more like angelic higher perspective, like whatever that time is actually is pretty insignificant, because it's just the recalibration time that's necessary to like get you through the portal, even though you're already through the portal. Like you've already like gotten the golden ticket, like Willy Wonka. Just like shit, it's just like now it's about like, you know, if you got accepted into a new school, then it's like, okay, well, what do I need? I need a backpack, I need like notebooks, I need like, now this is this. I literally went to the store today and I bought stuff. Like I got a tan while I was on vacation, and then when I did my makeup while I was on vacation with the makeup I had before, I was like, whoa, like this is way too light. Like I am not that skin tone anymore, and I need to just kind of like accept the fact that like that makeup probably isn't gonna work for me anymore. So I got a little bit of money from the readings I did last night, and then I was like, well, I can just go to Target, and I bought some new makeup. I also bought myself a new journal, and what else did I buy? Some new clothes from like Goodwill. I got like some thrifted stuff. And I was just like, you know, treating myself a little bit. I also obviously got my nails done today, which felt awesome. Because I feel like you're like a creature. But yeah, there's just like there's stuff that's like still a part of whatever's coming next. And I think that you're encouraged to be kind of optimistic about what that stuff is. Thank you, Sky, for complimenting my nails. Thank you. Um, like you're encouraged to be optimistic, even if there is like an initial sacrifice that has to be like followed through with or something like that. Like if you were in like a dart throwing contest right now, like I don't know why like points are important. Like even my nails are pointy. Like this is my first time ever getting stiletto nails. Like I usually get coffin nails. Like when I got my nails done regularly, I always got like the coffin, but I got stiletto this time, and I feel like a danger. Like, oh, you know that song that's like, you make me feel like a dangerous woman. That song. And then literally the devil comes out. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles upside down, Strength upside down, and then the devil upside up. It's insane. So honestly, dude, and the devil's coming out underneath the sad squirrel. Some of like this stuff that's coming up in your life, that you might like initially want to be defensive towards, is just related to like your shadow. And like I said, I rarely witness these guys when they're sleeping, which is when they're vulnerable, right? So up until now, I've been pretty like, I guess I would say in control of myself. Or if not like, if not even just like in control of myself, it's just like, what are the words I want to use? I have a lot of restraint that I'm capable of like moving through my life with, and I'm always kind of considering consequence. And that's what I feel like the devil is like really here to say. It's not so much that anything that you might want to do is particularly bad. It's just the consideration of consequence that makes you more defensive towards maybe doing some of the things that you wanted to do or felt like you were drawn towards doing. Like something about this point of transition could be like a time when you feel more grounded in authority to move forward in the ways that you wanted to, because the devil is Capricorn. It's a cardinal energy. It's the goat that climbs the mountain. And I thought about Capricorn while I was on the Stairmaster today, because when I was on it, like when I get on the Stairmaster, I used to gym like really regularly, so I'm very comfortable in the gym. Like, it doesn't matter how long it's been since I went to the gym. Like, I know what I'm doing when I'm in the gym, and I feel confident in that. So like, I don't have to hold the guardrails. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, when they're on the stairmaster, like, they need to hold on because they feel like they're gonna fall off of the shit. But all I do is I look at my feet and I just find the rhythm that I need to be in to keep up with the stairs, and I don't have to hold on to shit. And then I even get a stronger core doing that because I'm kind of like bent over, and then you can kind of feel like the muscles in like your hamstrings are working a little bit more, I feel like. So I put my hands usually like on my waist, or I'll just let them like let my arms kind of like swing beside me, and then I really feel like I kind of get like fully in a full body motion of climbing the stairs. So if you have been like in any kind of way, like towards any goal, like feeling like you need to hold on to the guardrails, this could be a time when you're kind of letting go of the guardrails and you're like, I won't fall because I know what I'm doing. I know how to like navigate whatever this obstacle is or this challenge is. Like, I can do this without a safety net. I can do this without a safety net. I can move forward. I don't have to be afraid. Because I feel like the fear is like of falling. Like, that's what the Stairmaster thing is. It's like, you know, if I don't hold on to this thing, who's to say that I won't lose my rhythm and fall off? But this is like a time when I think your guides are coming in to let you know you're okay to move forward without fear. If you've had it. Because I feel like it's the fear that makes you defensive. Thank you guys for commenting nice things. I think it's Ooga Booga. That's crazy. Ooga Booga loves me. Awesome. That's exactly what I expect to see, like, in... And you miss me. Do I know you, Ooga Booga? That's crazy. Maybe I do. I am a Hyde, for God's sake. I am a Hyde, so maybe I do know Ooga Booga. If not in this life, then in some past life. Yeah, like, you know, especially if you come from any kind of like, because I mentioned ancestors, right? Like, you could come from some kind of like, I was thinking of the phrase blue blood, um, like recently. I can't tell you like what day, but like you could have some kind of blue blood. I'm literally wearing like a little bit of blue on my shirt, and then like I have like the red at the center. I like this shirt. But yeah, you could have some kind of like blue blood, or you could like come from something like Ten of Pentacles is here. It's in the reverse. So it's like there could be some stuff that comes along with like your abundance, your position in society, like in the world, that like people maybe don't know about because it's kind of reserved for like those who would understand and don't have to really speak on it because it's like already understood. Like, I don't know, like I feel like in some ways in your life you could feel like, well, like who can I really talk to about some of the steps that like I go through, and maybe you can't really, and that's why the sad squirrel is here, because like you're just like defending your position. Like, I am my perimeter is me, like almost like on some soldier shit, which makes a lot of sense with the devil underneath it because it's like Capricorn energy again. It's strong energy. Like, you have to be strong to climb the mountain. You have to know that there could be a point in time when like you slip and you like scrape your knee. Like, I literally have some like I scraped my knee. I also have like a little bit of a scar thing. I've been having a lot of like leg bruises and scars recently, like that have just kind of like come out of nowhere. I'm trying to figure out like what that means. I'm always interpreting what you guys are doing. they're like, they're not like tarot cards, like you know, but they're like little. I feel like my pets are like little people. Like, they easily could have been people in like other lives, and they're just my friends now. And I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to tell me all the time. But yeah, she's like licking herself over there. But she was right over here with me, and now I kind of feel like a way, cause like, but whatever. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was getting like mysterious injuries, basically. That could be part of like moving through this portal, right? Like, I don't know, like how you guys think about that kind of a thing, but like if you think about it, especially if you weren't 100% ready to move through the portal, but then you did like anyways. Like if you kind of like forced yourself or like pushed yourself to or towards an opportunity, like unsure whether or not it would be successful, that could be part of the reason why these like bruises are showing up, because it's like maybe there is like a little bit of like damage that your vessel is taking on through like positioning yourself as something that you aren't quite yet already. Does that make sense? It's like energetically you want to be in a place that your body isn't quite there yet, and like you like even like okay, so yeah, I went to the abdominal machine, right? And I told you guys I used to be in the gym like every day for like hours. So like there was a point in time on the abdominal machine where I could literally do like an abdominal crunch with 50 pounds added weight. Like I was really like crunching. Like I used to have like really nice abs, not so much anymore, right? Because like when I went and sat on it, like I tried to do 50 and I literally couldn't even get I couldn't even get it up, and it was like embarrassing because I thought I could do it and like I couldn't. But I tried to do 10 and then it worked out, and I had to just like stick at 10 because like I just didn't realize how far away from what I wanted to be or what I thought I actually was. So this could be like part of this like, you know, recalibration era. It's like, you know, you gotta like figure out what that gap is between like where you are right now, where you want to be, and how you gotta like shift yourself or adjust yourself or maneuver yourself through that gap to be positioned ultimately how you want to be positioned. Okay, so that's that, and then now we're gonna talk about like more like the romantic stuff. And I want to kind of separate this energy, and we'll talk about like the person from the past first, and then we'll talk about like this new person after. And she's back. She's back. Come here! I love this little cat. I love this little cat. Little baby cat. Little baby cat. Okay, which deck for who? I think the old person, I'm gonna use this Fountain Tarot because it's the first deck I ever used. Like this could be like a first love kind of a thing. This could be like your Zing, like Hotel Transylvania or something like that. Yeah, look at this devious little guy. I'm so glad that you're like being yourself on camera. You're so devious. I wish you guys could see like her full posture because she like even sits aggressively. Everything about her like just lets you know like she's not the one you want to mess with, and I love it. Kitty baby. She's so little too. It's like, how could you be so small and still so evil? Like I'm literally afraid of you, and you're like 5 pounds. You weigh nothing, and I'm scared of you. Awesome. You wanna bless it? She's rubbing her fangs against it. I don't know if you guys can see. You can't see, but she like rubbed her fangs against it. So this could be like the Edward pile, right? And then yeah, okay, so boom, I'll rub this one against this cat, and then I'll rub the other one against the dog, and this is literally like Twilight right now. Holy shit! It's literally Twilight right here. I'm Bella. This is Edward, and like she left, right, and then she came back, and this guy's been here the whole time because he's loyal. But she looks like she wants to kill me. Don't you? Okay, so what do we need to know about Vampire Cat Pile? This person from the past. Wheel of Fortune. Gee whiz. This is like a timing fate card. It's also a luck card. The Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy is coming out. Holy shit. That makes sense for me. Then we have Pisces at the bottom of the deck, which is the exact opposite sign. So yin and yang could definitely be like a feeling that you have with this other person from your past, like the one you have the longer term relationship with, like the history. Like this is someone that you've identified as like being maybe like on the inside what you are on the outside, and then like vice versa. It's like there's something like very stand out to you about this person that will make it hard for you to like move on from them, even in like experiencing other things, because there's something fated about this matchup. Not to say that this other thing isn't fated, but there's like something special about this other thing. Hey dude, don't lick yourself on camera, because I'm afraid that they're gonna like be mad about that. I don't know why, but like just chill. Guys, oh my god, move out of the way. You're becoming a hindrance. The devil again, in the reverse this time. I don't know why I'm thinking of Troy Bolton from High School Musical, The Breaking Free. Soaring, flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can reach. This longer term situation might kind of be like a mindset thing for both of you. She's turning her, my evil vampire cat is turning her back to me. I'm calling her a she, but like she could easily, like she has masculine energy too, like she has an Aries stallion. So like a lot of times when I post her, people think she's a boy. So like she's one of those like, and this guy's a Libra and they're opposite signs. Like these two themselves are yin and yang. The sun. That's a lot of, this is like literally, for this first person, it's 4 straight major arcana. That's actually kind of insane. So like if you feel like you're locked in with this person, this first person, even if it's like unofficially, like I feel like you can kind of like rely on that feeling. Like there's evidence, like essential evidence to prove that. And that's why I say it's like a mindset thing with the Page of Swords in reverse and the 7 of Wands upright. It's like, if, for as long as you kind of like want to fight for this, I feel like it's available to you both. Because like both of you will pick up on the fact that you're continuing to care. Because you have that kind of like connection. And then even earlier, this wasn't like in the live, but she was like grooming him. Like she was licking his forehead. 5 of Wands, so like even if there has been some kind of conflict, or like if either of you have other people involved, there's like, even if there's like a knowing of the other people involved, it's like, okay, but like that's not this kind of a thing. Like even if there are problems that come along with like other people being involved, it's still like not a situation that really like negates the value of what this is in the minds of like either of you, really. So like once again, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? The Chariot. This is the 5th out of 5 cards that has major arcana. Jeez Louise. The Lovers. Oh my god, it's just more and more major arcana coming out. What the fuck? Fuck, dude. Okay, this is like the one that isn't. Page of Cups in reverse. Which is like that feeling energy. It's like, I just know. Like, I have an intuitive feeling. I don't feel stuck in this situation because something about me knows that it's not done developing. Something about me knows that there's still more to come. Something about me knows that, you know, I have some kind of belonging with this person, or like they understand me in some kind of way. And then the Moon, literally 7 out of 8 of these are major arcana, and 7 is like God's number, right? So like God himself has kind of made this a major situation. Like, I could easily pull cards for this other person, and like some might come out, but it wouldn't be like 7 out of 8. I don't think. Like, I'd be really shocked if like 7 out of 8 of the cards, or even 8 out of 8 of the cards, were major arcana, because that's just like how intense this first thing is. And the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So like, this is someone who like understands your being energy, like who you are beneath the surface, who you are because life made you that way. This person can like see you. Like, I was thinking even like there was like this edit I saw of like dinosaurs, like T-Rex, and they say that T-Rex has like binocular vision, and like when a T-Rex is looking at you, the T-Rex is looking at you. And that just is like a hard like bar for me, and it just sticks in my head. And I feel like this is like a person, like when you see them, you can see through all of their facade and all of their stuff because you like truly understand them. And when they see you, it's like kind of like the similar thing, like they just like, you just know. And it doesn't have to be that you had like any super crazy like I mean, like, you could have had some pretty intense like situations or like history together, but even if you didn't, it's just like you might have even come into this existence with like some kind of understanding of this person, because with the like Fate Wheel of Fortune card, and then like the Moon, and like the High Priestess that came up before, and like all this like opposite energy. 2 Cancer cards, by the way, which is literally the Moon, and I mentioned that before. He's so big. Jeez, dude. This is my dinosaur T-Rex dog, so he's also a shark in my mind. He's like a shark dog. Like, Shark Boy and Lover Girl could be a thing. And like, her whole thing is like, oh my god, I destroy everything I touch. And he's just like, oh, I'm a shark. I'm just a shark. So like, both of them have like shadow aspects that they kind of have to work through. And they're both aspects of another person's like psyche. Like, that's what I'm kind of like getting. Like, it's like almost as if you two are both fractures from the same point of origin. And that's the reason why I think there's so much of a like understanding, or like a bond here. It's like, even if you can't like in this life see what that point of origin is, like there's just something about like, oh, when I see you, I also see me, because I know what that is, like, because I came from that direction or that same place, you know. And that, even if that like occasionally these two fractures of a soul or like consciousness are like disagreeing because you offend the other, there's still like an understanding of sameness at the same time. Like, and if you don't immediately recognize it, it's like going to be proven through time, I feel, because there is like a longer term journey I feel like you would be on with this person. Like the sun, like the Moon is clarifying the sun. It's kind of insane. Like, and then the Moon is that Cancer energy again, and then the same Cancer energy is clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. Like, this is the end of the reading over here, and this is the beginning of it over here. So like, there's something very spiritual about the alignment of you and this other person, this like first person, this longer term relationship person. Something very like intentional almost about it, like in the eyes of whatever higher power you might believe in. It's like, yeah, I did this on purpose. Like, like this is definitely something that like happened on purpose. Like, even if it came with like pain, sacrifice, like there's a reason why it happened with. Can you please? I'm sorry, I love you. I didn't mean to be mean, but just don't fully lay down right there. You can lay down if you position yourself in another way. Can you like turn a little bit? Big baby? He has the sweetest little eyes. I love you, baby dinosaur. Come here. Come here. I might have to just move the tripod because this guy is like silly about where he wants to lay down right now. Can you lay down? Will you lay down? Not back. Don't go straight back because you're gonna hit the tripod. I want you to be relaxed, but right here, right here, of all places. Yeah. Can you like, okay, up? Yeah, just turn a little bit. Turn a little bit. Yeah, lay down right there. Lay down. Wow, awesome. Okay, this is good, right? Alright. Okay. So that's the first person. I almost don't even want to get rid of these cards because I want to compare like the major arcana in this pile to the major arcana in like whoever this new person is, and we'll see. And then like, you know, people who were like Team Jacob in the movie series were probably like, I just can't understand like why Bella doesn't like, you know, move on and be with someone else. And it's probably because she had 7 out of 8 major arcana with Edward. Because like this is the kind of thing that's like you just really like would probably struggle to move forward from for as long as it's unfinished. Because like for as long as you have like business, karmic business with this person, like you're gonna like feel like you're inclined to see that karmic business through. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna be done until you're done, kind of a thing. So like don't rush yourself to be any more done than you feel like you can be, because I feel like if you are just closing yourself off because you're feeling frustrated with what's happening, you might miss out on like possibilities or prolong them for longer than what's necessary. So okay, now we're gonna move into this next person, and I'm gonna give this a fair shot. And I'm gonna also use the Tarot of Oppositions because we got a lot of those opposite energies in the first one. So you might have even like been attracted to this new person because of like what makes them similar to your old person. Like you could have been like, oh, you kind of like this person, and I can't really be with this person right now, but you're kind of like them. So let's see if I can get something similar. And that could be what's happening with this other person. So let's see. My little baby dinosaur dog is literally staring dead at me in my eyes right now. Hi, baby. I love you. I love you, baby. He's wagging his little tail. Okay, chill. Don't lick me. I just got out the shower, please. I'm clean. He takes up so much space in my bed, dude. Where are you going now? It's hot in here all of a sudden. Jeez. All this fucking moving around. And he like insists on having like body contact. Like he needs physical touch. And he must be touching me at all times. I love my big baby. Okay, so what does Bunny need to know about this new person? What's going on? My cat's like coming in and her tail is separating what I did before. Oh, let me see if I can show you. Like, this is what happened before, and then her tail was like right across. Okay, well, shit. I might have fucked it up. So there could be some kind of like, we're gonna, like, if you feel like you're ready to do something new, it could be because like your angels are like helping you to be in that energy. But there could also be like, this energy of like your person, if they know about this new person, them wanting to kind of like prevent or like block or something like that. Just take that how that resonates for you. Because like she's laying right where I would have put the new cards. Like you're kind of like in the way. Because like this person from your past could feel like they're being left out if you are moving on or like starting anything new or like engaging with like new possibilities. And I feel like that could have been like a reverse of fortune, right? Because this person could have put you in a position to feel like you were being left out. So that could be like, I mentioned like the two different factors occasionally offending each other, but like that would be kind of natural to being in any kind of imbalance with your opposite, with your counterpart. Like if there was an imbalance in that first relationship, like there's only so long that I can like persist until like the wheel of fortune kind of turns, and then we're rebalancing those scales. Like even if that's by force. Like for example, in a situation that kind of reminds me of this, I lived like really close to a person, like really close to them, and then I moved away, like across the country, and then they ended up moving to the same side of the country that I'm at now. So like, there's just like a divine orchestration thing. Like if I had been stubborn about not moving, I'd probably still be over there, and then he'd be over here, and I wouldn't even be over here because I'd be over there still. See what I'm saying? So you never really know how things are gonna work out, and if that's actually happening for the best. Even if this like new person is like a sub variant of the first person, it's like there's still a value to that new person being around because you're like experiencing like maybe like a watered down version of that first person in some kind of way. And if it's not even like a watered down version, like maybe that person was like an extreme side of one thing, and then you need to experience the opposite extreme in order to balance that energy out. Okay, so what's going on with this new person? What does Bunny need to know about the new person? The lovers in reverse. We had the lovers with the first person, but it was upright. And then we have the two of wands. So like, I'm gonna show you the imagery on this card. There's like oh wait, are they naked? Yeah, she's a little bit naked. She's like reaching up from the upside, which is what I kind of feel like. I feel like you would be like offering this person some of your attention, um, because there's something about them that's kind of similar to what you've experienced before. That this makes them kind of like your type. Because this person from the past could have like established a type for you that you were now like kind of committing to, and then like you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take on this challenge and hopefully like be successful in it. The devil is also here, which was in reverse, on the top with the first person. Now it's upright. So yeah, this could be a situation that ends up becoming like a little bit more toxic just because it's not that pure like unconditional love like this first other person. So like there could be like, just experiences where you realize that it's not pure unconditional love. And that's not like it's entirely a bad thing. Like I don't know that you have like all the history that you have with the first person with the second person, So like how could they really like unconditionally love you maybe? Like, they don't really know you the same way this other person does. But yeah, like you might feel like this person doesn't really know you, but they might be still helping you like defrost in some way. Like if you were emotionally closed off by this relationship, this first person, and what wasn't going right there, then the second person, this newer person, will probably help you like defrost yourself. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So it'll be like fun. You'll feel passionate about it because it reminds you of something else in a way. There will be something like kind of valuable about this, but it's like so far we only have two major arcana. The first time when I pulled for the last person, it was like all four major arcana. It's just this will be like maybe a little bit less intense, but not bad because of that. It's just like it's not your person. Like it's not like it's It's a person that you aligned with, but it's not like that guy. You know, like yeah, Ace of Pentacles, like it's definitely an opportunity. And like maybe you should take it and like, you know, see how it feels when you have it. But you know, it's I chose a good thumbnail because that's literally how this feels. Like if this feels like when Bella's like working on the motorbikes. Yeah, Worm Cups in reverse. It's like, well, what do I do? Like if I'm not with that person that makes me feel how I want to feel, and then you just kind of like maybe get bored and you find something to do, kind of a thing. And then this person kind of like comes around and they're there and they're like offering you some kind of experience, and you're like, well, yep, let's just see how it goes. But it doesn't really seem like this is gonna end up being end all be all. It's just like a cool way to pass time. Seven of Pentacles. Like you're defrosting yourself, you're having an experience that feels rewarding. You're maybe even putting in some effort here for this person. Like, you know, you're not like being disingenuous. You're not being like fake. You're just like, you know, your heart might not be all the way in it. Your emotions don't really seem to be all the way in it. Because I feel like you understand the depth of your compatibility with someone else, and I think like ultimately you probably are still like hoping that that works out. Yeah, Two of Cups in reverse. It's like you're maybe looking in another direction, and you're definitely attracting in other people's attention, but it's like, what do you really want? And it's not available. So you're, you know, you're just, how that makes sense. It's like, you know, what I really want isn't here. I also know I can't like make it be here right now. So what am I doing in the meantime? Am I gonna like just sit around and like be mad because I'm not getting what I want, or am I gonna like allow myself to have experiences in life that, you know, have a chance at making my life, like even time pass faster, you know? Because there could be a value to those things that you do in between, like in the lulls of this like grander, longer situation. Like I think the point of this new relationship is so that you don't become restless and like, if you can see, like this guy's really like not having a good time with his own thoughts. Like he's sitting there thinking, and like everything he's thinking is like bad. So like this is like to take the edge off, you know, like and you need this to like kind of heal with the star here. Like whatever this new person is kind of offering to you, like takes the edge off. So it's not bad, and like you don't have to worry about like this other person like disappearing or like going away forever. Like, you know, things happen. Like agitation could occur, but like that first person, 7 out of 8 major arcana is kind of insane. Like literally angelic. This is my seraphim cat. This is the highest. She's named after the highest tier of biblical angels, and then Dominion, my dog, is like named after the tier of angels that are like the stormtroopers on Earth. So he's like an enforcer of divine will, and she's like the dictator of divine will. So I feel like both of those energies, like that yin and yang, are at play in this situation, especially that first person in your life. Because we have the sun and the moon. She'd be like the moon, and he'd be like the sun. I love getting her little like nuggies. She responds well to being handled roughly. Get away from me. It's that kind of a thing, like, I tell my cat to get away from me and then she just comes back because she knows I don't really mean it. And I'm just me. You know? Like, I feel that's the kind of situation you have with your first person. You probably would be, like, have a harder time finding that kind of bond with, like, a newer person. Just because, like, for as long as you have your heart into that first person, like, you're not gonna really probably get that deep with anyone else. But that's okay. I don't know that you're really meant to right now, so. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll see like what the closing stuff is. Oh, I meant to like count how many major arcana there were in comparison because I wanted to like really show you the difference in like magnitude here. Yeah, you only have two out of 8 for the new person, and then 7 out of 8 for the old person. So that's like, you know, I don't know if that means anything to you, but it means something to me. So yeah. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Like this person could easily like, you know, bring some much needed like TLC into your life or something like that. Like whatever. I need to turn the light on. It's getting kind of dark in here. Here comes the sun, and I said it's alright. Excuse me, dog. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, pardon 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 me. I feel like something stuck to my foot. Ooh. It's a tag. You could be like surveyed, like my footprint, you know, like that's actually kind of insane. Like someone could be like keeping up with your digital footprint or something. Then she licks my chin. Not by the hairs in my chinny chin chin. And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Okay, so I wanted to close this reading with like a little bit of advice for you, just to like, you know, whatever you do moving forward with this information. Yeah, whatever that is. Whatever comes out. This is the bone dead. And we're just gonna see what he says. I use like a baby voice. So like like you might need to like pay attention to your inner child right now. I don't know like why particularly, but your inner child could be relevant to this energy. Okay. Excuse me. Seven of Swords in the aftermath in reverse. So like while you're moving forward with this new person, you might kind of feel like, oh, I am being kind of fake, or like, oh, I'm not really like into this like how I say I am, or like I don't really care as much as I say I do in some ways. And then you gotta kind of like ask yourself, like, you know, if you're not really like moving forward, then like, are you wasting someone's time? Maybe. That like disingenuous feeling could come up like while you're moving forward, when you realize that you're also still in the past, like in the back, like you're not really moving forward, kind of like energetically it kind of seems like you're not over whatever was back there. So like that weird feeling of like when you're with another person and you think of someone else, kind of thing. That could happen. And that's kind of like natural to like where you are right now. Death. It's like a shadow aspect of the situation. Temperance. But like more of this like rebalancing, like balancing of karmas. Like even though like this feeling might suck of like, oh well, I'm not really where I want to be, but I am somewhere. I am somewhere. You know, like that, like I think that feeling is kind of coming up for a reason. It's like kind of like asking you to ask yourself, like, would I rather be just somewhere? You know, like, am I okay with just being somewhere if I really want to be somewhere else? Like, is this Two of Cups in reverse like really fulfilling, or am I just like trying to be somewhere? Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And that's why I feel like the inner child thing is coming up, because if your inner child like struggles to be like alone or feel rejected, that could be part of the reason why this like time period is coming up when you are starting to want to engage with like other people. Because your inner child is like, well, I need something from the outside to like rebalance me, to like calm me down, so I don't feel like death. Like, I don't want to feel like death, so what do I do to not feel like death? And then you go and like seek something. Like, I was like, even like I mentioned this in my live yesterday, like I was drinking a lot like over the past month or so, and I haven't had a drink since I got back into Georgia, because I was like, I got really sick off of it, and now I think I'm like, I'm good off of drinking for like a little bit. The Devil in reverse. So it's like, this could be a situation where you're just like becoming aware of your habits, and how like you can get in the way of what you want. Eight of Wands in reverse. Like, this feels like the energetic equivalent of like a relapse in whatever way. So just be aware of that if it does happen. It's like, it wouldn't be shocking for me as like the person deciphering the energy if that were to happen in any kind of way. But you might not want that to happen, or you might feel like you can still avoid a relapse. So just keep that in mind, that like that energy like is up. Like, anything that you were wanting to keep out of your life right now, really just try to keep it out of your life. And then we have the Star in reverse. Yeah, this shows kind of like, you know, failing to fully recover in whatever way. So I'm kind of like picking up, like, once again, King of Cups in reverse. It's like an emotional kind of a thing. So like, even if like the action is like, oh, going to the liquor store, buying a bottle, it's like really not just as simple as that. Like, there's something about me that feels like I struggle to exist without some kind of buffer between me and like real reality. And that's like the cycle of thought that I was going through when I was like abusing substance. Because I was like, if I'm not doing this, I can't be here. Like, I can't like function and be like as I am without that gap between me and what's absolutely real. So I like really like leaned too far into a need to like distance myself between what was absolutely real, and then I ended up like getting sick. So any situations, you know, like, don't like, figure out what's like really happening beneath what's right in front of your face, basically. And I feel like this is gonna be like a good time for you to like analyze yourself, to figure out what the reasons are behind what you do, because inner child energy and like shadow energy here is important for you like completing whatever this tidbit, like this block of time in your life is right now. And you don't want to lie to yourself about who you are. So anywhere where you are doing that, you gotta stop doing that. Like, you gotta like look at yourself in the mirror and like really see yourself. And you gotta be able to like move forward with all your actions, understanding who you are and what makes you inclined to behave in certain ways or be a way. Because I mentioned before, like, walking without the safety net. It's like the only way that you would need a safety net is if you aren't aware of like everything it takes for you to move. Basically, like, you know, I hope this is making sense. It's like, you need a safety net for the what ifs, right? But if you are like 100% brutally honest with yourself about what is, then you can like better calculate what could happen or what's likely to happen or possible to happen, so that you can kind of adjust even in a moment. But for as long as you like are operating with only like 65% awareness of yourself, that's when you're more likely to make mistakes. So it's like really a thing of like trust. Like, do you trust yourself? But you can only really trust yourself if you're honest with yourself about what it means for you to be you. I hope this is like getting through. Because I feel like most people don't know themselves. Like, really honestly, they don't really know themselves. Which is why all this shadow energy is here, because I feel like you're the kind of person who, like, might have some skill with, like, psychology. Like, you're a manipulator of, like, maybe even other people or, like, the world around you to some extent. So, like, you're maybe, like, 20 to 15% ahead of other people when it comes to like awareness of yourself or even like the world around you, like what's happening in the world around you. So like you're a little bit ahead of people, the average person, and that's why I feel like you're like being trained right now to use what that percentage is to maneuver better, not just like around other people but also within yourself. Yeah. Which might mean like taking a little bit of time to yourself. So like if you notice yourself kind of like stepping away from any relationships right now, that's okay. I even was like, I told my boss that I came back from my vacation, and like I was kind of hoping that he was gonna put me to work, but he's really not. Like I only worked 2 days in like the whole next week, and I was like, jeez, I'm just gonna basically be here like doing this, which is like fine, but like I kind of wanted to work. So you know, like this is kind of like the universe's way of putting me in like a little bit of a timeout, because for as long as I don't have purpose, I pretty much just exist in my bedroom. Like I don't have anything to really like, I don't have anything I have to do other than be here. So I have to think about like, you know, who I am. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think that's what you're gonna be doing too. I hope that you liked this reading and that it gave you like clarity and maybe even inspired some food for thought. I mentioned I think earlier that I got myself a new journal. So maybe you might even want to journal some of your own thoughts about like maybe person number one, person number two, like what the difference is for, in those relationships for you, like why you feel like things are going how they're going for you. Like, you know, this is just a good time for you to be thinking about stuff, because I feel like with that like equal and opposite thing, especially for person number one, like when you probably think about stuff, they might even pick up on the things that you end up thinking about. So it's like you're initiating a feedback loop in becoming introspective. Like especially if you aren't having like direct contact or like communication, it's like when you start to figure out things about yourself, the universe will find a way to like relay that information over to them. Like I know that there's been times in like my long-term situation where like this person, oh wait, I got a low battery alert. I feel like this person would like apologize to me or like would say something to me, but like they didn't ever say that. I just started to not be upset about it. And it wasn't like, you know, kind of a thing. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain that. But like I feel like when you're really connected to somebody, that's possible. You know, like it's a feedback loop, and you can initiate that through your own understanding of yourself and your ability to come to peace with what's happening for yourself, because I think that peace is kind of what allows for like the clarity, like the insight to come through. For as long as you're like wrestling with a thing, it's hard to like find out the solution or the answer to that problem, which I think is the reason why like people who are like super emotional kind of struggle to like move through energies, because they can't like step outside of themselves to kind of like process the thing. They're attached to like how they feel about a thing that happened versus like witnessing that thing that happened from like an objective perspective. So like if that first situation, that first relationship, like there's still stuff that's going on there and you're like, well, I still kind of feel the way about that, then that's probably part of the reason why there is a gap. And like fine, like let that gap be there, but like if you do like want to go back, you gotta like figure out how to like fix whatever that gap is. Like you gotta like do whatever you gotta do to like not be fixated on that energy anymore. And you have to like that whatever you're doing also has to be productive towards the outcome that you want, which would be like the continuation of this relationship, right? Because I had an experience like not that long ago with like my long-term like thing. I don't even know what to call it, but like my long-term thing is like we both keep like attracting like other versions of each other into our lives, but we like these situations, they don't really seem to last that long. Like we both seem to get into like these shallow, it's not you but it's kind of like you kind of a thing. And like the last time that I had stepped away from him, he started another thing, but I stepped away from him because like he was being like mean to me. He was like ignoring me, and it was just like a lot for me at the time. And so I took a step back, and then I like it was like a month, and I just like didn't really talk to him. Like I used to talk to him like every day, and then he found this other like person who basically looks like me but is like not me, and like has like a similar name to me and like everything. And I was like, oh wow. And then I got another person who like was kind of similar to him. So now we're even, and now I'm not upset about it anymore. But that's what I mean about like it not being entirely productive, because I don't even feel like that was productive. Like I know that I did it, but I don't think it was productive. Like I wouldn't just like I can't every single time I get upset with him go out and find someone who's wants to basically be like him. You know, like I can't do that. It's just not productive. It's not sustainable, and it's a lot of work to maintain versus like actually emotionally processing in a healthy way. But I still feel like there was a point in like a value to me having done that, because I feel like he was thinking that like I don't have options and I can't do anything, and that I'm just stuck yearning for him for all of eternity, which isn't true. I do have a lot of options. I just operate with like a lot of self-control. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the reading. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now. So, bye.